Don't just be an excited person running around full of desire, burning energy. You are going to burn out before you get there. Because chances are you didn't know what there was. You didn't define there. What are you after? Write it down to the dollar and put a date beside it. By what date will you acquire it? Get some urgency around it. You will never get the urgency around it if you don't know specifically what you are after. Everybody loves to think about their goals and dreams, but there's going to be some things you have to chase and knock down along the way. Those are the whats. What are you after specifically to get this comeback? What are you chasing? Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Momentum Monday. My name is Steve Holbrook, and as usual, I'm super fired up to be here today. Today, we are talking about how to have a comeback. How to have a comeback. Because in reality, what life is just a series of comebacks along the way. So if you've ever been knocked down, or you've ever needed to start over, or you've ever felt like you're in a rut, or you've ever been challenged like you've never been challenged before, chances are it's time for a comeback. My life, Steve Holbrook's life, has been a series of comebacks along the way. So today's episode is going to be awesome. If you haven't already, please take a minute, subscribe to this channel, share this episode, give it some love, leave a comment. That's how you can contribute to this community, to this channel. All right, let's get started. 6 keys to how to have a comeback in your life. Are you ready? Number 1, know that life is short. Know that life is short. Man, we only get one shot at this human experience. You just need to know that all the things that you're stressing about most likely will not end up mattering. This is it. This is not a dress rehearsal. Time is flying by. It's going to be over in an instant. All that heavy stuff that's weighing on you right now, all of it, most of it anyway, not going to mean much at the end. You just need to know that. You got to be in a state of gratitude, or you're never going to have a comeback. If you're serious about having a comeback, you need to acknowledge how short life is. You got to get into a state of gratitude. That's going to be the first step to your comeback. Number 2, be clear with the purpose, then light yourself on fire with desire. Be clear with the purpose, then light yourself on fire with the desire. What do I mean by that? I mean, I want you to douse yourself, not in real gasoline, but in your fuel, the stuff that fuels you, the stuff that fires you up. Like, why are you really here? Or what are you really after if you're going to have a comeback? If you're truly going to have a comeback, and now that you're in a state of gratitude, like the first point we talked about, you're ready to go. You've acknowledged life is short. You're in a state of gratitude. Now, you got to fuel yourself with purpose, and then you need to light yourself on fire with desire. You got to light that match. You got to find that burning desire. You got to find a level that you've never been. That pit that burns hot in your stomach is really going to be the engine that drives you towards your purpose. You got to know why you're here, and then you got to light yourself on fire. Yeah, you need to be enthusiastic about your purpose. Yes, you need to be fired up about where you're going. Not necessarily fired up like I'm fired up, but you got to be at a level beyond yourself. If you're a 7, you got to get to an 8. If you're at a 9, you got to get to a 10. You got to light yourself on fire with desire. Once you have found that purpose, that why, that reason why we really want to have a comeback, like once and for all, we want to have a comeback, and now we're ready to light ourselves on fire with desire and enthusiasm, and we are getting after it. Number 3, feed yourself with as much positive and transformative personal development that you possibly can. Listen, you got to be feeding your mind all the time. Feeding your mind all the time. Only put things into your mind that leave you feeling positive or leave you thinking further down the path. I don't watch anything on the internet that makes me get into these like angry, reflective, comparative states. Nothing. Personal growth and transformative information are going to be key to you having your comeback, because you're going to be challenged so many times during this comeback. You're going to try and quit again like you just did in the past. It's going to get really hard. And if you're going to follow through, you have to be inundating your brain with things that are positive, things that are forward thinking, things that fire you up. Maybe it's time to go through your Instagram and unfollow like 40 or 50 people. Maybe it's time to just really ask yourself, what are you exposing yourself to? What areas are you growing? What literature are you reading? What audiobooks are you into? What are you doing right now to help you with your brain and your mindset during this period to come back? Think about that. Number 4, move your body every day. Move your body every day. It is scientifically proven that when you move your body, you stand up, you go for a walk, physiologically, there's something that happens inside of your body that puts you in a better state. It increases blood flow, oxygen. It helps repair your body. Remember, we're trying to have a comeback, which means we are somewhere in our life where we want to be at a different level. We want to get to the next level. And in order for you to level up, things have to change. And for things to change, things need to change. And one thing you can control is getting up every day and going for a walk or doing something physical. Get that blood flowing. Get the oxygen going to the brain. Give yourself a fighting chance. If you really want this time to be different, if you're really serious about your comeback, and I'm going to challenge you to move your body in ways every day that you haven't been doing for years. And this is a non-negotiable if you're serious about your comeback. Number 5, be clear on the aim. Be clear on the aim. What specifically are we chasing? What specifically are we after? We're chasing this because this is going to be in line with us fulfilling our purpose. What is this? What are you chasing? If you took an arrow out again and you aimed it at it, what specifically are you getting after right now? Are you chasing the money? Is it time? If it's money, how much money are you after? How much money do you want to earn specifically? How much debt do you want to pay off? What kind of a relationship do you actually want? What physical shape do you want to be in? You got to put some stuff down on paper. You got to be specific. I want you to be uber specific. If you're going to have this big comeback and things are going to be different and things are going to change and this is your shot and this is your time for things to actually be different, you need to know specifically what you are chasing. Don't just be an excited person running around full of desire, burning energy. You are going to burn out before you get there. Because chances are you didn't know what there was. You didn't define there. What are you after? Write it down to the dollar and put a date beside it. By what date will you acquire it? Get some urgency around it. You will never get the urgency around it if you don't know specifically what you are after. Everybody loves to think about their goals and dreams, but there's going to be some things you have to chase and knock down along the way. Those are the whats. What are you after specifically to get this comeback? What are you chasing? When I was battling with Crohn's disease and I was getting out of the hospital and I was ready for my health comeback, I had specific aims. The first aim was to get out of the hospital. Second aim was to stay out of the hospital for a month, then 2, then 3, then to get my strength back. And I had all these aims specifically because if I was going to have a comeback, I needed to be chasing something specific. In business, when I had a comeback in my business, I set income milestones, 100,000, $250,000, $500,000, 7 figures a year. I was chasing milestones. What is your comeback about? What level do you need to get to? What specifically is it that you're after? That's different than your purpose. This is the domino. Number 6, my last key to fulfilling the comeback, commit to new priorities. Commit to new priorities. Your old priorities are not going to cut it. The things that you would have been prioritizing up till now have got you to where you are today. If you don't recalibrate, if you don't reprioritize your time and your schedule, nothing's going to change. It's time to take a look at everything that you're giving time to and energy to. Everything's on the table. And I want you to ask yourself, are you 100% in line with your purpose 100% of the time? Now, it's important. You should be prioritizing your family. You should be prioritizing your faith or your health or the things that are important to you. But then you need to make sure that what you're chasing right now, that comeback that you're after in that area that you're going to be specific about, you got to make sure that you're allocating enough time and energy in your schedule. And you got to make sure that it's a priority every single day. You can't have this big comeback and not prioritize it. That's the definition of insanity. It is time to commit to new priorities. And when you commit to new priorities, that's when the comeback happens. So I hope you guys got some value out of those 6 things. I know those are things that have worked for me along the way. And listen, guys, if you have not liked this episode or shared it yet or subscribed to the channel, please do so. You can also head over to iTunes and Spotify and listen to this or download it right to your mobile device. We're all over podcast platforms. We appreciate you guys for being here. Thanks for joining us on Momentum Monday, and we'll see you next time.